Good morning, Mark Sudduth, HurricaneTrack.com here with your Hurricane Pro and HD video blog for the 22nd of June, 2013. Happy Saturday to you. Good news to report in the tropics, at least in the Atlantic. Very, very few clouds anywhere. Convection free for the most part all across the Atlantic basin this weekend. Part of this downward phase of the Madden-Julian Oscillation, part of it because of a strong Saharan air layer or dry air mass that has emerged off of Africa in recent days. Only the eastern Pacific is active. I say only. It's pretty active out here. This is Invest Area 94E. This is Invest Area 95E. And this one will probably go away at some point with this large system taking over, eventually looking to become more than likely a tropical storm as it moves off to the northwest here, eventually over this colder water where it'll die out. Not before it should send some pretty good waves over here to the coast of Mexico, the Baja Peninsula, and anybody down here at Cabo San Lucas area, maybe some good surf coming up depending on how strong this system becomes. The forecast model is pretty tightly clustered, agreeing on a track off to the northwest here, eventually bending back towards the west, generally speaking, and that will keep it away from making landfall along Mexico or anywhere in the Gulf of California, so that's good. Looking at the Atlantic basin, the Carolinas enduring a little bit of nasty weather this morning as a coastal low pressure area formed in the waters off the Carolina coast and moved inland here near Cape Fear. Yeah, it's kind of dreary across this region because of all the cloud cover, but this will eventually dissipate, move out of the region. Maybe the second half of the weekend can be salvaged. Looking at a radar presentation of the area, the center of the low pressure area right here over Brunswick County in North Carolina, lots of shower and thunderstorm activity over the Gulf Stream, a few bands of rain coming in here, maybe an increase in wind producing some choppy conditions along the waterways, the sounds and rivers, things like that. Looking out across Africa, here's the coast of Africa right here. Very, very dry air. This is a water vapor image of the region, and all this sort of orange and maroon and rust color is dry air in the atmosphere. But in the western Atlantic, very moist, unstable conditions. I wanted to show you this because it's really remarkable. There's only a little bit of convection here, one lone thunderstorm cell here over western Africa, and then everything else is this dry Saharan air layer, Sahara Desert up here. And that's dominant usually in the latter part of June and through July. So this is typical, but I thought I would point it out to you. Things might begin to change in the next couple of weeks as the Madden-Julian Oscillation right now over in phase 6 eventually heads around through phases 7, 8, and then getting into 1 and 2, which generally favors the Western Hemisphere, Atlantic Basin area, all the way over to Africa. So we'll have to see. As we get into July, things might become much more active for the Atlantic. For now, the activity will be focused in the Pacific, but at least no direct threat to land masses there. So that is a look at the tropics for this Saturday. Have a good rest of your weekend. Again, I am Mark Sudduth for HurricaneTrack.com and, of course, Hurricane Pro in HD. I'll talk to you again tomorrow.